Hi, I'm Shane Lakins, Director of Instruction at the Performance Institute. Today we're going to talk about the relationship between two of our pillars, the physical and the technical. As a golf instructor, it's really important to know our physical limitations of the students that we're working with. In order to be effective at helping you improve your swing, we really need to know how you move. So, as the saying goes, if you're not assessing, you're guessing. So this test that we're going to do is looking at shoulder mobility and scapular stability. It's called the 90-90 test. So let's turn it over to Tyler and Reed and let's get going.
Hi, I'm Reed and this is Tyler. Tyler's going to be my client for today. I'll be the trainer. Today we are going to look at the 90-90 test. And the purpose of this test is to assess our shoulder mobility and scapular stability. So we're going to get right into it. Tyler's going to be my client. He's going to turn around. We have this alignment rod on the ground just for setting up camera purposes, just to make sure that we're in alignment so they can see the angle of our movement assessment. So Tyler, if you want to get into our 90-90, bring the shoulder up. So we're looking for a 90-degree angle at the shoulder and a 90-degree angle at the elbow. Okay. From here, once we're in line, I'm going to keep my hand here to make sure this is stable. We're going to externally rotate the shoulder up as far back as we can. So Tyler, you can rotate. Good, and we're gonna go as far back as we can, making sure that we keep that elbow and shoulder in line. Perfect. Coming back down. Now we're gonna do this into our golf posture, making it a little bit more golf specific. So Tyler, you wanna get into our golf posture, still keeping our 90-degree at the shoulder and the elbow. We're gonna rotate as far back as we can. Perfect. Nice, keeping that 90-90 throughout the whole movement. 3 criteria that we're looking for this assessment. We can classify it as less than the spinal angle, equal to the spinal angle, or more than the spinal angle. When we're less than the spinal angle, it means we're only able to externally rotate so far that our forearm isn't able to get in line with this spinal angle here. So it's perpendicular. Equal to means we're able to rotate as far back as we can so that we're parallel with the forearm and the spine. And then when we get to the more, we're able to rotate a little bit further back past that spinal angle, making that a complete test. So when you can drop your hand back down, when we fall into the category of less than or equal to, it means we have a limitation in that shoulder.
Okay, so Reed and Tyler have walked you through the 90-90 test. How does that apply to your golf swing? Well, if we kind of use the same kind of principles as we were before, looking at that pattern, if you now put a golf club in your hand, if you had a difficult time getting into that position past the spinal angle, then it's going to be really difficult if you're working with your instructor and they want to get you into that position. You're going to continue to want to wing into this position here because that just doesn't feel comfortable. You actually physically cannot do that range of motion. So that's the connection, the connection between the body and the swing mechanics that we need to assess. So Tyler's going to walk me through a great exercise for that. So Tyler, off you go.
Perfect. Thanks, Shane. All right, so a great exercise to help with this is the scapular wall slide. So an easier version of the scapular wall slide is to lay on the ground, bend the knees, and do the same movement, but we're going to go over the one up against the wall. So I have Shane here. He's leaning up against the wall, pressing his back in. You can see his knees slightly bent, heels dug into the ground, still applying some pressure to the wall. He's going to raise his arms above his head here. Again, hand to forearm to elbow, all pressed against the wall. So from here, you can see he's reaching up towards the sky, pulling it down, and he's just going to reach as high as he can, stretching out that shoulder blade as much as possible.
There you go. So don't let physical limitations hold you back. Check out our packages, and we'll look forward to working with you very soon.